Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial will be on this halter dress top that you guys saw. So I'll be using my pattern paper, but if you're cutting on directly on your fabric, you should have about 2 years or 2.5 years for this style. So from the longest part of this of your fabric, you're going to fold it into two equal parts, and then you go ahead and fold over again, just like you see me folding it in this video. Please do well to do the same thing on your fabrics, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be using my pattern paper and then transfer to my fabric as we go on with the tutorial. If you haven't subscribed or this is the first time of seeing me, hi, nice meeting you for the first time. Please do well to hit on the subscribe button, join the family. So once you are done folding this, make sure that this place is like straight facing you. So you see the way I moved it, so that's what you should pay attention to. So it should be straight facing you. Then the next thing you are going to do is to find where your shoulder measurement divided by 2 falls in. So once you found it, you go ahead and make a point there, and you're going to go ahead and connect the line straight. So while connecting the line, please don't bend your line. That's why I said that's place should be straight facing you, so that when you want to connect your line, it should be straight. So once I am done with that, from that place, from that line that we just marked, we are going to go ahead and take our bust point. For mine is supposed to be 8 inches for my bust point. So go ahead and measure your bust point, which is your shoulder divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. You make a mark there, and then from there you're going to go ahead and mark the length of this top, or of your top. Most times, so I'm going to go ahead and connect this line, these points that I just marked straight. Okay guys, once I am done connecting the points, the next thing we are going to be doing is to insert our bust measurement divided by 4. Remember, we've already inserted our shoulder measurement divided by 2, right? So I'll insert my bust measurement divided by 4, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect my shoulder measurement divided by 2 straight to meet our bust point. So once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and curve in my armhole. By the time I wanted to curve in my armhole, I noticed that there was a mistake in my bust measurement divided by 4. So I had to remark it. So we are going to go ahead and then connect our armhole. Once you are done with that, you're going to go over to our neckline. Please, for your neckline, do 3 inches for the width, and then for the depth, you're going to do anything from 6 inches. You don't want, but if you want it to be like fitted around your neck, you can do 5 inches. But if you want it not to be like a choker, or what's that thing called? Very tight on your neck or around your neck, please do anything from 6 inches downward. So I'll go ahead and connect this armhole, this neckline, and then for my shoulder slope, I'm going down by 1 inch. I'm even supposed to do this before I connect my armhole or mark my bust point. So please do well to mark your shoulder slope, and then from there mark your bust point. So I'm going to place my tape at the beginning tip of this fabric. You can see where I place my tape, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure the full length of this gown, and then I'll go ahead and take it all round. You know, remember, it's in a flare form, so I'll go ahead and take it all around this pattern or your fabric if you're working with just your fabric. So once I take it all around, I'll go ahead and then connect these points. So I'll connect this point, and then also go ahead and connect this point. If you don't have your ruler, please do where to use your free hand to do this. So once you mark your make all those points, it's easier to connect at this point. So this is what we have at this point. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. If you haven't subscribed up to this moment, please do where to hit on the subscribe button and join the family. I'm going to be using the pattern to cut out the back as well, even though there's a back for it, but I'm going to be using that same one to cut the back. So from the neckline, I'm going to go ahead and slant it this way to meet the armhole, to meet the bust point, sorry, to meet the bust point. So I'll go ahead and connect this line straight, and then I'll go ahead and cut this out. So this just, we are just trying to cut out the halter neck design. So this is for the halter neck design at this point. So guys, I'm going to be transferring this fabric to this pattern to my fabric, and I'll be adding stitching allowance all round. If you're going to be working more than half inch, please do it to add half inch. And then for the back bodies, if you look at this way, is you're going to find it difficult. So what I'm going to be doing is to trace out this from my bust point, trace it out all the way straight. So onto the front bodies, I'm going to go ahead, fold it into two and make notch at the center front. And this is at the neckline area. So this is what we have. And I cut out a fabric of, the width is 2 inches and the length is about 20 to 30 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and place this at the wrong side of this fabric this way, and I'll stitch down by half of an inch all the way to that notch that we made. Please don't pass that notch that we made. Once you get to that notch, you stop. So I'm going to go ahead and use my pin and hold it down so that we'll know what we are doing. So I'll go ahead and hold it down. Then I'll turn over. By that time you've stitched it already, I'll fold over by half of an inch and fold over again by half of an inch and stitch it down. Once I get to that notch, I'm going to go ahead and continue my stitching. It's more like you're piping this neckline, but you have to stop at the notch, and then that extension, you're going to continue your stitch just like you see me show you guys all the way to where it ends. So guys, this is what we have at this point. I hope by this time you understand what we are saying by continuing your stitch until the end of the fabric. So I'm going to repeat the same process for the other side from the back as well. Make the first stitch. Once you get to the notch that we made, you stop as well. Please don't stitch above the other one that you made, or stitching more than that notch that we made. Once you get there, please do well to stop. And then we are going to also turn it to the right side just like we did for the other one. Fold by half of an inch and then fold over again, and then you're going to go ahead and stitch. Once you get to that junction that the two fabric meet each other, you raise the other one up and then place the first one that you just stitched down this way, and then continue your stitch all the way to where your fabric ends. So you're going to step on top of the other one. Yes. So guys, this is what we have at this point. You can see it's coming together and we are almost done with this style. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to measure, because you know that you have excess on from this rope. So from that point, you are going to measure how much you took out for the front neckline. Me, I took out 6 inches, so I'm going to measure it and then add the one I took out for the back. Remember, the back is not full, the back is like off shoulder. So you're going to measure whatever you have from your bust measurement to your chest measurements that you took out. That's what you're going to add to this. So your front neckline plus your shoulder measurement to your back chest line. I hope you understand this. So that's what you're going to be adding, and then add half-inch stitching allowance to that measurement, and then you can go ahead and cut out the excess that you have. And I'll repeat the same process for the other strap as well. Okay guys, this is what we have at this point. I've taken out all the excess on this fabric strap, so I'll bring in the back bodies, and then I'm going to go ahead, you're going to go ahead and do front facing front at this point. So I'll open up the front of my back bodies. I'll place it this way, so the front is facing me, so I'll place the back bodies front on top of it. That's front facing front, and then you're going to go ahead and pick up one strap of this fabric, and then mine is still twisting because it's yet to be ironed. I'm going to place it this way. From that seam side, you're going to come in by about 5 inches. You're going to place it this way and pin it down. Please, before you stitch it down, make sure that your whatever you place is not twisted. You can check it before you stitch. You can just use your pin and hold it down so that you don't want to have a twisted strap at the end of the day. So I'll go ahead and close it up with this facing that I cut out. It's just a tiny facing. I'll place it this way, hold it down by half of an and stitch it down by half of an inch. So guys, this is what we have at this point. The next thing you're going to be doing is to serge this facing and then stitch it down and then hold it down by with our hemming gun. But before that, I'm going to just use my pin to hold this down so that we can continue with this tutorial. So once I am done holding this down, I'm going to go ahead and arrange this fabric. Please, while arranging it, it might seem like a confusing strap. Just do it to keep an eye on it, or check it well and you find what you are doing. So I'll go ahead and do front facing front, and then I'll stitch it down on both sides by the allowance that I added. And that's it for this style. Then go ahead and hem it. Don't forget to hem it. And that's it for this style. I hope you find value in it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe please. Thank you so much for watching.